Nerdbox.
Going to the theaters to watch a movie about characters going to sleep to relive their past through their dreams sounds like a dangerous game of stay awake for me. Luckily for me, it didn't put me to sleep. But does that mean it was good? Welcome back to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional, and this is Dave from Nerdbox, and I am accompanied by my wife Jenn, also from Nerdbox. So fire up that Jiffy Pop and meet us in the booth.
Former Marine Nick Bannister with fellow veteran Emily have transitioned into a new private investigator of the mind roles, where patrons pay to relive past memories of their lives, from playing with their pets to specific moments in a past relationship. In May's case, she just needs to find where she misplaced her keys. Don't we all go through that at some point?
Not me.
No, you lock them in the car. But not only does she find her keys, she also finds Nick, and the two fall madly in love until one day she vanishes without a trace, leaving Nick to search for clues in his own memories to see if he can discover where she may have gone.
A lot going on in that movie.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you thought about this, because I don't really know what your take is on this film, but like watching the previews, it kind of felt like Total Recall. It's like, oh, it's like a Total Recall update. What? They didn't hear you.
I didn't watch that movie.
Oh, boy. You're missing out. Now you're going to have to watch that movie. So I kind of thought it was a Total Recall update without all the heavy sci-fi stuff, while it was like a noir sci-fi type of film. But it had its moments, I think. When it comes to the film style, I thought it was well filmed. Didn't think too much about Wolverine with Hugh Jackman when he yells and stuff this time around.
I did in certain scenes because he had that growl. Mm-hmm. So every time I would hear him yell with that growl, I expected like his blades to come out of his knuckles. Because you just can't you can't hide that. I mean, obviously that's probably just Hugh Jackman and something he does. But it makes you think of Wolverine.
What did you think of the film?
I thought that it was really well done. Something that should be mentioned is that the director, Lisa Joy, has only ever directed one episode of Westworld. So this having been her first ever film, she definitely did a really good job.
Oh, she had a good cast of characters, a decent story to deliver.
Yeah. I think the story was good. I think that it was told very well. Even when there was missing pieces, they would go back to it at some point and fill it in so that you weren't confused or left wondering what had happened.
Isn't that clever? You have a movie about going back in time and you can just oh crap, we made a mistake in this. Let's go let's put it in.
Yeah.
We can just make it a part of that dream sequence.
Yeah. So I thought the dream sequences were pretty cool. I like the way that they did it. Reminding me of other movies that I've seen where you get the hologram of people, but actually that's real time, them talking to you. And this was a past or your past memories. But it was really clear, which I liked. I mean, it felt like you were right there.
Nice. Now this is another fluid type movie, so I think when people go to see this movie, they're going to take their own spin on it and think it's about a certain topic. For me, I don't know about for you, but for me, this movie felt like it was more about addiction. Just told through a different type of addiction.
Because there were several people struggling with their own addiction. Mm-hmm. Whether it was drugs or alcohol or not being able to let go of the past. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's still an addiction.
Yeah, this is true. Now, the movie was well acted, so we had Hugh Jackman in there. Mm-hmm. We had Travis from Fear the Walking Dead.
Cliff Curtis.
He's always going to be Travis to me. Every time I see him
Every time we see him, we're like, oh, it's Travis.
Like Fear of the Walking Dead, when he was on it, he was the only thing worth watching at that time.
Yeah.
So now it's like, oh my god, there's Travis!
Yeah.
Instant smile. It's like, alright, he's a really good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoy seeing him on screen.
And he does, like, such different roles, like, each time. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, this was definitely another type of role for him. Delivered it really well.
He did.
Then we had, in there, playing Emily, we had...
Tandy Newton.
Tandy Newton. Yep, she did good too.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackman's partner in crime in this film. So...
And don't forget Rebecca Ferguson as May.
Oh, yeah.
And she actually played in Dr. Sleep alongside Cliff Curtis.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't together in the movie as far as, like, partners or anything, but they did play in the movie together.
Yeah, I forgot that they were in it together. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Probably because Cliff Curtis looks so different, like, with his
well, so does she. Like, you didn't realize that at first.
It took me a few scenes to, like, really look at her face, and I was like, oh my god, is that the chick from Dr. Sleep? Because she looked completely different, but she did have, like, a strawberry blonde kind of hair going in this one, whereas her hair was much darker in Dr. Sleep, so...
Yeah, I thought the acting was well done.
Mm-hmm.
Each character pulls you into their story, which was nice. Decent villains. Like, the villains didn't have that much screen time.
No.
But the villains in this movie were really well done.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually cared about what happened with the villains and so forth and the interactions with the protagonists in these films. Or this film. So I like the villains. I like the story. And the background of this film, this is why it's a fluid movie, background of this film is about nature and their current climate changes and all that stuff. So that's in there too. So there's a lot of different things kind of going on in the movie. They don't really concentrate on that. And I thought that's where some of the gaps came in.
Well, but it's there throughout it's present throughout the entire movie. So it takes place between New Orleans and Florida are the two locations that they're at. And we're in a terrible climate change where the temperatures are so high during the day that everyone has become nocturnal. So they sleep during the day, and now all the businesses are open at night. So people go to their jobs and do everything at night to avoid the heat. And they're underwater. Like, they're in water.
Yeah, see, that's where the gaps come in for this. Because, you know, like you said, they sleep at the daytime, they go out at night. But there are some scenes that, like, oh, wait a minute, you kind of screwed up. It's daytime right now.
I don't know about that because it depends on how badly the climate was affected. I mean, maybe it just stays lighter longer.
Yeah, true.
I mean, remember, Alaska gets like so many months of day and so many days of, months of night. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that it changed.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. The scenery, the art in that was well done too.
It was.
So that was believable. So it wasn't like
it
over
actually
CGI.
Made Florida look beautiful.
Sorry, Danny. There are some low writing political tones in this. Very little there.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot. So.
Again, fluid movie, so everybody's going to see something different when they're going in, whatever they're feeling at that time. So I may go back and watch this movie in 6 months and have a completely different outlook on this entire film based on where my mindset is at that time. Not saying that I'm an addict or I know addicts. That's just what I picked up in the film. That seemed to be the strongest for me.
I think that's kind of, even though they want you to believe that it's about, people trying to find their past or just relive it through memories, I really think that the biggest plot line was addiction because there were so many different types of addiction. Yeah,
and let us know what you think about the film when it comes to what you're picking up on it and what you're seeing is the underlying theme of the movie. Be really interested to hear that. Now, what did you rate this one?
So I am going to give the movie an A-.
A-? I'm not going to be so generous with this one. I'm going with a B-. So as I mentioned, if you like Total Recall, you'll probably like this film here. But also, if you like the style and delivery of Prestige, I think this kind of felt a little bit like it in the art tones of it, the film. So if you like Prestige, throw it in with a little bit throwing in a little bit of Total Recall, which she hasn't seen, and you'll probably really like this film. And if you're a Hugh Jackman fan or a Travis fan, you'll definitely like this film as well. And you know what to do now. Like this video. Share it. Please share it. We appreciate you watching, but we want more people to watch. We want to entertain more people. So watch it. You like the ice cream? You'll make the ice cream mad if you don't share it.
With his one eyeball.
With his one eyeball. So don't make the ice cream mad. Share the video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please click the subscribe button and hit the little bell so that you're notified of other videos that are coming out on the channel. Again, just a reminder, October, 31 days of Halloween. There'll be a review every single day about movies that don't feature Michael, Freddy, and Jason. So you get to see some new films that you may have missed out on, some hidden gems. And until the next, see ya.